Dear students, in this video lecture, we'll discuss about the Ohm's law and its limitations. Simon Ohm, he has discovered one law which is most important basic law of electric circuit, where it defines what is voltage, what is current, and what is the relation between the voltage and the current. Let us see what is the statement of Ohm's law. The Ohm's law states that the current flowing through the electric circuit is directly proportional to the potential difference across the circuit and inversely proportional to the resistance of the circuit, provided the temperature remains constant. The Ohm's law will give the relation between the voltage and current. As per the relation, V is directly proportional to I by V is directly proportional to I current I. So electric circuit, the current is directly proportional to the potential difference across the circuit, inversely proportional to the resistance of the circuit. So so what happens here? The Ohm's law, it defines that the current what is the relation between the current and the voltage. So here the voltage, as the voltage is directly proportional, so that is I is directly proportional to V, so I is equal to V by R is the equation of the Ohm's law. So we can define it as V is equal to IR also. So as per this, current is directly proportional to the voltage, current is inversely proportional to the resistance, that is I is equal to V by R, where I is the constant. So it is also known as the resistance of the conductor. So this Ohm's law can be applied for both the AC as well as the DC circuits. So as per the Ohm's law, the current I is equal to V by R. Then let us see what are the limitations of the Ohm's law. Usually the Ohm's law does not holds good for the non-metallic conductors such as the silicon carbide. The law governing the VI relation for them is V is equal to Ki to the power m, where K and m are the constant. So Ohm's law does not hold good for some non-linear devices such as the Zener diode, voltage regulators, etc. So Ohm's law does not hold good for the arc lamps, because the non-linear characteristic of the arc lamp it will produce. So the conductor such as silicon carbide, it does not, the Ohm's law does not holds good, because the V is equal to V is equal to Ki to the power m. So these are the limitations of the Ohm's law. So to make the current flow through a resistance, there must be a voltage across that resistance. So Ohm's law shows the relation between, as already we discussed, it shows the relation between the voltage V and the current I and the resistance R. This is rewritten in three ways. So V is equal to IR, or I is equal to V by R, or R is equal to V by I, where V is the voltage in volts, I is the current in amperes, R is the resistance in ohm. Now let us discuss what we mean by the resistance. We already defined the resistance, that it is one property of the any component where it restricts or it limits the flow of current. Especially in case of current conductor, resistance is the property of that particular conductor which opposes or limits the flow of the current. So the energy which is used as a voltage, energy is used as the voltage across the component or the conductor, which drives the current through it, and this particular energy appears as a heat component in case of the resistor. So let us see what happens when the number of resistors are connected in a series. So when resistors are connected in series, their combined or equivalent resistance is equal to the individual resistance which are added together. You can see the figure. So R1 and R2 are connected in that fashion. So two resistors are connected in series, so their equivalent resistance is R is equal to R1 plus R2. So for the first one, the resistance of the first is R1, the resistor for the second it is R2. So two resistors R1 and R2 are connected in series. Its equivalent resistance can be calculated as R, that is R is equal to R1 plus R2. In the similar way, when more than two resistors are connected in a series, the equivalent resistance can be represented as R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4, so on. So as number of resistors are connected in a series, the equivalent resistors are all the resistors added, that is the equivalent resistance when resistors are connected in series. Now when resistors are connected in a parallel, let us consider two resistors R1 and R2, those are connected in a parallel as shown in the figure. So the equivalent resistance is R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So the combined or equivalent resistance of two resistors when those two are connected in a parallel is R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. But similar way, when more than two resistors are connected in a parallel, so it is very difficult to find out the relation. So you need to add up the reciprocal of each resistance to give the reciprocal of combined resistance R. If R is the equivalent resistance, then 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, so on. So this is how we are going to find out the equivalent resistance of the R when the number of resistors are connected in a parallel. So only when two resistors are connected in a parallel, the equivalent resistance R is equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. But when more than two resistors are connected in a parallel, then the equivalent resistance can be identified as 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4, like that. Now let us discuss what is power. The power P is the amount of current times the voltage level at a given point which is measured. So power is defined as the rate at which the work is done. So its unit is watt. So P is equal to EI. E is the voltage, I is the current, or P is equal to E square by R, or P is equal to I square R. In place of that, you can represent any amount of value. So usually it is a multiplication of voltage and current. P is equal to EI or VI. P is equal, so V is equal to IR as per the Ohm's law. So when you replace V is equal to IR, it becomes I square R, like that. So you can put the Ohm's law relation there, then you can find out the various equations of power. So P is equal to EI, or P is equal to E square by R, or P is equal to I square R. So overall the unit of the power is watts. Then lastly we discuss what is the electrical energy. See, electrical energy is the capacity to do the work. It's usually defined as the capacity to do the work. It is equal to the total work done in a particular time. Its unit is watt second. So that is energy is equal to V into I into the time t. So it is the unit of the electrical energy is the kilowatt hour. So this is what I am trying to discuss in this particular video lecture. So in this video lecture we try to study what is Ohm's law, what are the equations of voltage and current, what is the relation between voltage and current and resistance, what is resistance. Okay, so when two resistors are connected in series, what is the equivalent resistance? When two resistors are connected in a parallel, what is the equivalent resistance? And how you define the power, how you define the electrical energy. Those all points we studied in this particular video lecture. So in the next video lecture, we'll talk about the next part of the model 1. Thank you.